Good morning, everyone. It's the Scrappy Kathy, and I'm working on this week's Scrap Squad Sunday page. And as soon as I saw this, I remembered that I had this wood grain in my Scrap Backwards kit, so decided to use it. Set about looking for paper with stars that I could cut out. Found this Vicky Bouton paper from Print Shop. I had this packaging globe that I'd cut off the packaging for Let's Wander. I have some wooden stars from Let's Wander. I have a tag from Color Study, some kind of vellum coffee rings from, I think, Print Shop. And I don't know where this paper is from. It's from a Mind the Scrap kit, but the background is from Where to Next. So I've got a whole mix of Vicky Bouton stuff here. The alphas I've gone ahead and applied because it required some gluing and some taping or foam tape to get them kind of alternate them, and it's a little fussy doing that, but you can see what I did. I glued this one down, and then I glued this. I put some tape, foam tape on this one so that I could overlap it, and then I pushed it down a little bit. This one went up, this one went down, but not quite as much as that one. That one went up, but not quite as much as that one. This one went a little bit farther down, and this one went down farther. You'd expect it to go up, but it went down. This one went up, this one went down, this one went down a little bit farther, and that went up. It just kind of gives it a little bit of movement. And I learned that from Vicky herself. That's how she does her alphas in the classes that I've taken. So I also have a Where to Next sticker sheet, two Where to Next sticker sheets, and these alphas are from Evergreen and Holly. So it's all Vicky Bouton, and it just kind of ended up that way. I know the wood grain is not Vicky's, but I'm kind of going with the original here. Let me get it back this way. It's done on an 8.5 by 11 or A4 format. It's a Michelle Stokes who's on the Cocoa Vanilla design team. And it looks like the wood grain where it overlaps onto the white is raised up a bit so that you can have things tucked under. So I have put a line of this thin foam tape so that it would look that way. But right now I want to add some stamping, and so I'm going to push all of these things off to the side. I'm going to leave that right there, and I've got this this background paper. I have a stamp that does kind of a brick pattern. It's an old stamp, and I have separated it from its packaging, so I have no idea who made it. I want to say it's one of the Bo Bunny ones that I bought from years ago. So I'm going to stamp a little bit off the page. So let me get something to keep it off my background. I don't know why I worry, because it's kind of messed up. I'll use this paper towel and I'll move it down. So I'm just going to kind of do that, and I'll turn it over and do that. It's not really showing up very well, but it doesn't look all that unexpected on this paper. And so I'm going to kind of carry it through now, just stamping up and down with secondary stamping. Just kind of distressing it a little bit more, I suppose, but it's a compatible color to the wood grain, but it'll still stand out from the wood grain. So I like it. It's not bad. I actually think I'm going to do some more up further in. Let me get, it doesn't have to be lined up. It can be kind of wonky, and it's not getting that at all, no matter whether. Let me do it a different way. Okay, and the color I used was brushed corduroy because it's kind of had that wood tone look to it. Okay, so now I'm ready to attach this. And I'm not going to take the backing of the tape off and attach it yet. I may not at all if it seems to stay down okay. Let's see. I don't think that's straight. So there. Now, I want to build, my photo cluster is going to go here. I want to build a cluster down here. And to do that, I want to use this. So I want to get it in there like that. I don't want to have to cut it. So now I have to peel it. And that's not an instantaneous thing that happens. It's hard to do. There's a benefit here. There we go, to having something pokey, like the ends of my tweezers, or one of those pokey tools that you use to punch holes or... Okay, let's see what I want showing. I kind of like that. Seems to work. That's good. And I have another one in a lighter color that I want to put. And this one I may cut. So that I can use it twice. I'm going to put it here. It's not going to go all the way around. And I can fix that by putting a star right there. There are going to be stars all over the place on here. So I'm going to put this one right in the corner. And then all I have to do is kind of fold that end back. And if it comes unfolded, I'll just cut it. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is take a panel of washi. In the original, there is what looks like a branding strip that goes down and kind of sets the vertical axis. And I'm going to do that with a multicolor strip of washi. And this is from Where to Next. I've got to get it so that it's not being restricted there. And I'm going to tear it, and even if it isn't long enough, I'm just going to use whatever length I have here. Come on. And I'm going to put it here, and then it'll connect down to here. It's long enough. In fact, I'm going to have to tear it. Okay, I think that's straight. And let me give it a tear. Okay. Now, I'll put these off to the side, and I think I would like, I'm going to build the embellishment cluster here first, because I think I'd like that set before I do the photos. I'm going to cut this, put some foam behind it so that it stands up a bit. I'm not going to cut the hole in it. I want it out farther or in farther than the coffee ring. So I think I'm just going to have it in farther. Okay, now it's down. This I'm going to glue on in all the places that hit the wood grain paper. And it's kind of lifted up by that. Okay, and I'm going to add a little bit of washi stamp that I tore from a previous page. Okay, let's do the photos, and then I'll do the stars last. The stars were the first element I went 4, and they're the last I'm going to put on here. So I've got a couple of photos from the Embarcadero that are filtered with one filter, and then I used a different filter to filter the bad selfie of us. We kind of had a tradition of bad selfies here on this trip, and this was no exception. This one, I look like I'm winking because I was squinting. We were facing the bright morning sun. Okay, and I'm gonna put that one kind of dead on, right beside the stripes there. Okay. And now I have some rather large stripes. I'm gonna use this, which is a tiny little road sign from Are We There Yet by Stephen Duncan. I'm trying to put a little bit, I don't have much Are We There Yet left. And so I'm trying to put a little bit on each of these road trip pages, particularly when the theme kind of works. I like this thing that says sightseeing, but I kind of maybe want to use it on top of this bit. So let me glue it on so I can be sure that it's on straight. Easier said than done, even though there are nice guidelines there. And I'm going to put a little glue here, and the rest of it will be flat on there, and I'll tuck that under there. And there we go. Okay, so I have these large stars, and then I have some that are smaller. And I'm going to underlap and overlap as I see fit here. I'm going to do this large one right there, and then I will underlap this one here. And I'm going to do one down here, and then I'll go to the wood stars over on this side panel. Let's see. I love how subtle that coffee mark is, and I'm hoping to bring some attention to it by putting this star down here. And because the tag is underlapped, I'm going to overlap the star. Maybe like this, and then I'll cut this off. Let's turn it upside down. I'll give that a snip. Okay. And then I need some here. I'm not paying attention to sizes. These are pretty much they just came in 2 sizes. So I'm going to put this one I'll put it here so that it stays on the page, but it doesn't hide the washi tape, because I kind of like that washi tape. Okay, and here, I'll do there, kind of slightly overlapping those two photos. And I've got another strip of stamps that I thought I might use over to the side of this. I think in the original she used like a torn notebook paper, but I thought those stamps might look nice right there. And oops, I had this one already almost peeled. So I'll go down here and then put these on kind of grouped together. Okay, and that kind of tucks under the M on Embarcadero. I do have this little strip of journaling, and I thought I would put it here, and I entertained the notion that it would go over the star, and I could do that by putting this foam tape, putting a little bit on this side, then skipping some and picking it up right here. And I need a little bit more. I'm liking how it's turning out. I'm doing this on a Friday morning, and I still have Friday's road trip page and Saturday's road trip page to do, as well as I'm gonna try to finish my blog post and page for the Bramble Fox challenge team. And I have a cute photo that I need to go look for that one. Okay, so before that I let that glue down, I want to get it straight. Oops, I don't have the foam peeled off there. Okay, now I'm going to add these wooden stars. These wood stars are from Where to Next, and there are both solid ones and these outline ones, and you know I love outline stars. I would like to I like putting that up there because you can see the washi tape through it. So I've got that, and looks like we need one down here. And I like the burned side. I don't like the lighter side of wood veneer. So that's what I'm using. See how there's, this one's kind of a light side. This one you can see the burn marks on the edges, and I love that. See, I need a star right there to cover the fact that that didn't go all the way. You thought I was going to forget that, and I almost did. So I'm going to put one of these here. And I have some tiny ones that are going to go as part of that cluster. I'll do one here. And maybe right here. Okay, and I have no idea how close that got to the original, but I had the idea is there. I have this tab that says so much to do, and I had thought I might use it on one of the photos, but I really don't want to mess up the lines of the border around the photos. I kind of have this little compass, and I want to put a dot behind it and use it maybe right there, and I almost have to cut some off of it. I could use it here, kind of tucked under there. That works. I have a little alarm clock that would be cute. I could do, you know what would be appropriate is this sunshine right there. How about it wants to stick right there, so I'll let it. And I have this cute little sunglasses icon sticker that I can pop up on foam and put here. And there's something else. Best vacay ever and what a beautiful world. So where could I put best vacay ever or what a beautiful world? I don't have any place, so I'm going to do my overlapping hearts on the bad selfie. And that will finish this page. We, after walking along the Embarcadero for a couple miles, we went to we had breakfast as soon as we got there, and then we walked and ended up down at Fisherman's Wharf at a favorite seafood restaurant of ours. And I took lots of photos of the area around the wharf, and that's what I scrapped before. So these are, I don't think I had done these pictures before. I had done some photos of some of the produce and the coffee shop, but this is the first time I've used. This is a photo of a building on the Embarcadero side that's actually one of the buildings that you go into as part of the market. And then this was a view of the palm trees and the buildings across the street. So now I'm going to add the enamel dots. Whoops, let me get this backing here. So I'm looking for, I need stars. I've got a few of those. Washi tape, so there's this, and technically these are also washi. song title, Embarcadero, is a great jazz classic by a guy named Paul Desmond. And I discovered the song before I discovered the Embarcadero, actually. I worked with a lot of jazz aficionados in Alaska, and so I expanded my jazz collection. I came home and John John's words were, when I was playing any of it, he would say, "You know, Johnny hates jazz," because there's a group with that name, and he thought it was very appropriately named. Okay, stamping. So I stamped this brick pattern here and Nouveau drop. So we're going to go with the Nouveau now, and I'm going to put some. This blue Nouveau worked so well on the last page I made that I'm just going to use it again. And I'm going to do some Nouveau, maybe right here. See what it looks like on the wood grain. And then I'll do some up here. And these, I got a whole collection of different blue Nouveau drops from my friend Sharon. And I wanted to thank her again because I'm using them a lot during this week's. Let's put some here too. This week's summer challenge, because it calls for Nouveau drops. And I wouldn't have nearly the selection of pretty blues if she hadn't sent me that Happy Mail years ago. So again, thank you. And there we are. We're finished. I thank you very much for watching. I like this. It's an unusual page. Let me pull up the original here. And see if I've captured the spirit. There, the wood grain, the stars, there's one cluster of stars that you go to the right with. It's kind of a sideways T design, and I kind of went a little bit, I went all up and down, and that's perfectly fine. I think you can still tell that it was inspired by it, which is all a sketch or a scrap lift are supposed to do. So thank you for watching. Bye.